You know, in all those other ones, I was kidding about the sunglasses, but with the new studio setup, I almost need them. Now, welcome back to another episode of the Football News Show, guys. It's really good to be back. It's been a little while, but I was busy getting this new studio set up with the proper green screen and some better lighting, if you can tell, which I hope you can. Yeah, it cost a bit of money, so yeah. In this special episode, we're talking about Manchester City. It's a game preview. We're talking Manchester City and Liverpool. Now, Pep Guardiola's team is currently in third place on 56 points. Liverpool's just behind on 55. However, Pep's team has played one more game than Liverpool so far. Now, Manchester City is reeling after an unexpected defeat in the Champions League, which has taken them out of the competition. Now, that's pretty bad news for Pep Guardiola, considering one of his main challenges was taking Manchester City and making them an actual powerhouse in the Champions League. Obviously, that's not a good result for them. They're going to want to bounce back with a win. However, Liverpool, even though they're away from home, will not be an easy opposition. Liverpool, as we all know, are absolutely appalling against pretty teams in the Premier League. However, when it comes to versing the top teams in the Premier League, they're undefeated this season. They're top of the table if you were just to take a league table of the first 7 teams. I'll show that in a graphic here I got from ESPN FC. It's a really, really interesting look at the league. Jurgen Klopp, he's built his whole game around this Jurgen press, or whatever people have been calling it, which is like high intensity attacking, counter-attacking game. Just, you know, pressing the ball from up front, everyone getting involved and keeping that going. Manchester City have a really, really leaky defense, but Liverpool, on the other hand, also have a terrible defense. This game is a pretty tough game to call. Now, when they played each other earlier in the season, it was a 1-0 win to Liverpool, with Wijnaldum scoring the only goal of the game. Now, form-wise, despite Manchester City losing against Monaco recently, they are in the slightly better form. They've got 3 wins, a draw and a loss from their last 5 games. Liverpool with 3 wins and 2 losses from their last 5 games. So, with team news for Manchester City, they don't have too many injuries out. I mean, the only thing they'll really have to worry about is that defeat against Monaco just happening recently. They will be looking to bounce back. If they don't, things could get pretty bad for Pep Guardiola. But if they win, they'll go into second place, potentially, depending on what happens in the Tottenham-Southampton game. But they will at least cement their position in third place, and things will be looking a lot better for them when it comes to finishing in the top 4. Now, their only injuries so far, on the long-term injury list, we've got Gabriel Jesus, so we've got Vincent Kompany, who's still injured. Sadly, it looks like his career is slowly petering out just a little bit, but all the best to him. He is a great player when he's on top of his game. And we've also got Ilkay Gundogan. For Liverpool, things are a little bit more complicated. Now, Coutinho's been in the team for a little while now, but he hasn't been the same player that he was at the beginning of the season. Since getting injured, he's looked a shadow of himself, playing only really well in a couple games here and there. And hopefully, you know, if he is back to his form at his best, he'll be a real big challenge for Manchester City to deal with. Now, another question mark for Liverpool is that of Roberto Firmino. Now, Roberto Firmino didn't train any time throughout the week. However, he was in training on Saturday. Whether he starts the game or not, or if he makes the subs bench, is still up for discussion. However, in my opinion anyway, Firmino is one of Liverpool's best players, and they will do really well if he's in the team, or at least significantly better than if he wasn't in the team. Dejan Lovren has been out with a back injury. However, he did play for the under-23s in midweek, and it looks like he's coming back to full fitness. Whether he does replace Klavan in the team, that's up for discussion. Obviously, that's Klopp's decision. However, it could be a potential option. It could be something they start with on the weekend. Most of the team does pick itself for Jurgen Klopp. However, he will be looking for more from the likes of Coutinho, like I did mention, from Milner. There are a few different options that both teams can put out when it comes to lineup. I'm going to keep out of it personally on this one, but here's a couple examples of Manchester City and a couple examples of Liverpool on what they could start with on the weekend. Now, according to a lot of betting outlets, Liverpool are the favourites despite being away from home. That's probably got to do with their fantastic away form, as I already mentioned. Let me know, guys, who you think will win, what you think the score will be. And I guess we'll find out on the next episode of the Football News Show. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.